Much like any and every other movie set inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 features an array of exciting Easter eggs and eclectic cameos. In this video, we're going to single out the most epic of these cameos and explain why they're so awesome. I'm obliged to drop a spoiler warning here because technically Guardians 3 is still in theaters at the time of recording, so let's go! In the comics and the MCU, the anthropomorphic otter called Lylla is Rocket Raccoon's best friend turned love interest. Well, the comic explores the love aspect more than the movies, but I digress. The addition of Lylla and friends in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was the cherry on top of the "Hi Evolutionary's a big smelly jerk" sundae, and added another layer to the Rocket character during all the flashback scenes. Besides being an impactful plot point and player during the third film in the Guardians franchise, Lylla herself is an awesome cameo hidden in an otherwise compelling character. Lylla is voiced by Linda Cardellini, who MCU fans might identify physically as Hawkeye's wife, Laura Barton, also known as Agent 19. Cardellini's usually recognizable voice might have gone missed by some upon first viewing, but that's why you stay for the credits, folks. The next entry on our list seems to make people mad online for some reason, which I don't really understand because who wouldn't like to work with friends and family? Jennifer Holland is writer and director James Gunn's wife, and she appears in a plethora of Gunn's films. Actually, pretty much like all of them. And when our cosmic heroes show up at one of the High Evolutionary's facilities, they are confronted by Holland portraying the character Kwol, an Orgo Corps administrator. This scene is hilarious because Kwol gets shot in the leg. Holland plays Amelia Harcourt and has appeared in more DC films than any other character. Like, literally. Usually playing the role of badass babe, seeing Holland as an incompetent goon was a treat, and the two were probably having a blast. Hashtag couple goals. Daniela Melchior appeared in the aforementioned writer-director's super anti-hero film, The Suicide Squad as Ratcatcher 2. The second actress on our list to show up in both a DC and Marvel James Gunn flick, Melchior plays Uda in Guardians 3. In another one of the many hilarious scenes in this movie, Gamora holds Uda at gunpoint while Star-Lord tries to flirt with her, swindling the Crimson Alien into giving him access to the facility's gravity system. Melchior's appearance as Uda is brief but very key, as she's the one who helps Kwol and company find a path to saving Rocket. Making his first cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and famously known among comic book-based television fans as Lex Luthor in Smallville, Michael Rosenbaum plays one of the many Ravagers, Martinex. Admittedly, this isn't an easy cameo to recognize due to Martinex's crystalline look that obscures his face, but the voice is distinctly Rosenbaum. Although he doesn't have many lines, Rosenbaum's cameo in Guardians 3 is extra special because Marvel Studios sort of reconfigured the VFX or CGI to make Martinex look more like the thespian in real life. A much better look compared to his previous appearance in the Guardians franchise. On top of playing Ant-Man's ex-wife, or Maggie, because you know, she has a name too, Judy Greer voices Warpig in the third Guardians of the Galaxy film. Warpig basically attempts to kill Gamora, but Adam Warlock does away with the villain. Yet another cameo you probably missed due to her voice being clearly altered, as well as being entirely made out of CGI, Judy Greer gives a great performance for what it is. If you're a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, the MCU, or James Gunn movies in general, then you know that the cameos are gonna be aplenty. After 3 movies and a holiday special focused on the Guardians and their misadventures, there have been a lot of characters introduced over the years that we were pleasantly surprised to see placed eloquently in the background of this film. Especially on Knowhere, the Guardians and Ravagers Celestial Skull planetary space base. Some of these blink and you'll miss it appearances include the return of Howard the Duck, voiced by Seth Green, seen playing poker with Kraglin. Also sitting at their table is Christopher Fairbanks' Broker, who tried to buy the orb from Peter Quill in the first movie, if you remember that, which is a really cool nod to a minor character. And lastly, Rhett Miller, the lead singer of the country rock band Old 97s, reprises his role as Zermika Takalak, who is also, you guessed it, playing cards with the boys. No James Gunn movie would feel complete without an appearance from Michael Rooker. The two have worked together on all 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the Guardians Holiday Special, The Suicide Squad, Slither, and Super. So it was no surprise when Kraglin saw a vision of his former leader during this flick. It was sort of a shock that Yondu showed up for Kraglin and not Star-Lord, as Yondu saw Kwol like a son who was worth sacrificing his life for. That being said, we did get a beautiful and impactful Michael Rooker send-off scene involving Yondu and his first mate Kraglin. This hallucination would give Kraglin the inspiration he needed to finally wield Yondu's Yaka arrow correctly. And that's our list. Did we leave any epic cameos out? Tell us in the comments below, and be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss any cameo comic content.